Hi Stampin' friends! Tonight we're going to use the Waves of Inspiration stamp set and the Waves of the Ocean dies, just a few of them, and plus we're going to also use the paper. So I wanted to show you the paper is limited time, so I wanted to go ahead and show you that. It is called Waves of the Ocean, so it's one of those. It's 12 by 12. So you can see this one that actually looks like waves. The background of that one is kind of a bubbly look. A lot of these are bubbly. I believe they were done with paint. So that's the deal with that. This one is kind of a swirl. The back side is a really pretty aqua and peach and blue. Then the next one, let's see, that's the same one. How about I not show you that again? Has aqua and a green. And the back is kind of bubbles like that, a little bit more color. Oh, hi Shauna, it's great to see you. Thank you for hopping by. And then there's this bright blue, which fades into aqua. And it has kind of a coral on the other side. And then the last one, let's see, has yellow and coral. And then it has the dark blue on the other side, kind of like in waves, sort of. So this paper is a little bit bubbly for me. I mean, it looks kind of like it's washing up on the shore rather than like it is out in the wave to me. But what's good with that is to tear a little bit, which I'll show you, but to tear a little bit of the Sahara sand or a little bit of craft and use that as your kind of your beach. So I have several different things I want to show you, so let's just go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I wanted to show you is just kind of how these cut out, these big waves. The other part of the suite that you can choose to buy has a really pretty, I gotta turn on the light there, sorry about that, I don't know what made it start needing to be turned on. It has a really pretty dark blue foil and a really pretty aqua foil. You may have already seen these all over the internet, but I wanted to go ahead and cut some to show you as well. So you can layer these on top of each other. You can layer them on top of white. As you can kind of see here, it makes it really striking if you're wanting to use a wave. So there are two different shapes that it cuts. One is more rounded than the other. For my own personal taste, I don't think it necessarily needs both of these pieces layered. I think that it kind of is enough to just use one or the other, just depending on how you want it to look. They look great done in white and then layered on top of one of these pieces, one of these like that. So you can see the shine that it has there, like that. So that's one way that you can use it. Another possibility, just a second, is to, I saw this was done by Jen Morgana, and she used this to create a pop-up inside a card, and then, I don't know if you can see it, but you could put a piece of acetate behind it, so it looks like it's clear, like clear water, and I really like the look of that. So what you would then do with that is you could use, either this or you could use one of the pieces of the papers like this. And then you're going to, I've got on both sides, I just have a piece of tear tape. And you're just going to have it stuck here with your, whatever your background's going to be back here. There we go. And so it makes a great pop-up inside of the card. Several people have done this with a variety of waves, but Jen Morgana is the one that had it clear. And I think that looks very nice and kind of a little bit more realistic, like the wave is just flowing in on the water. So anyway, that's my opinion with that. So let's go ahead and try to do a little bit of stamping with the big wave stamp. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to ink it up, and I'm going to use a variety of colors. The first thing I'm going to do is get my Coastal Cabana ink pad and ink the whole thing. So I think it's dark enough that it can that it will ink up pretty well. Then I'm going to go in and add some color using my Pacific Point and using my Night of Navy. Okay, so I've inked that up fairly well. Actually, let me just go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and slip this in there, and I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like when it's inked up just with the Coastal Cabana. Let's go ahead and do that. And I should try not to rock the table there. Sorry about that. Okay. So there is the Coastal Cabana, and you can see that it has a really nice look. I shouldn't have got so close to the edge, but it has a really nice natural wave look. Looks very realistic as opposed to the other one. That's really not a realistic look. But now what I did was kind of go down a little bit, let this only be part of the wave so it looks a little more realistic. You could put a little bit of this. I think it would be great on a slimline card, you know, the long skinny card, because then you could kind of taper your beach, maybe kind of like that, and have the wave crashing in. So I'm definitely going to try that with the with that card and see what I think about it, because I think it would look a little more natural to just be like it's coming into the beach, because we get kind of it's kind of compact here on our regular size card. But I do like how this just looks so realistic. Okay, so now I'm gonna do it again, and I'm gonna show you how my, maybe scooch it just a little, show you how what my plan was with adding in the darker colors. Okay. So I think this card would be great to make a card that looks like, you know, you're going to the beach kind of a thing. And it also, what Stampin' Up! Has with it is things that say like, your strength is an inspiration. So that type thing. So now I'm just gonna grab my Pacific Point and just kind of imagine that inside the dark part of the wave that I'm gonna want some darker color. Just kind of add that in there. Can you even see? Let me see. There we go. You can see now. So I'm just swishing that in there. Then I'm going to add just a little bit, just kind of barely. I don't want to get the tip messed up of my marker, but I'm just adding in just a little bit of this dark color. Okay, then after that, I'm going to grab, well, I was going to grab my Night of Navy and I don't see it. So how about good thing I'm flexible. I will add in some Misty Moonlight kind of on the inside of the wave there. And just kind of blend those together. There we are. Don't want to put any up here because that's the part that has the most of the white, of the, you know, the foamy part. So I don't want to get too much there. Let's kind of put a little there. All right, so let's see. I probably should huff on it. It's been a while. So I did that off camera. And then let's go ahead and press that down and see what we end up with. See if we like it. See. All right. So there you can see how that looks when I added just a little bit of color, and you would want to play with this. You may not like how it ends up looking, but I think it looks really cute. And so the next thing that you probably would want to do with this is add some sky using your blending brushes. And you know, you could use a lot of different things. You could use yellows to make a sunset, and pinks and purples and whatever, or you could use blues to just make a regular blue sky. So let's just go ahead and kind of play with that and see what way that we like it. So let me see here. Let's work on this real quick. There we go. All right, I'm gonna do some Daffodil Delight. Just to put a little bit of color. And this, I'm not saying I'm the greatest at this. My goal with this is actually to show you how easy it is to add the color. I'm just kind of blending that. And then I'm going to go back to my pool party, if I can reach it here. Too funny. Okay, there we are. And I don't want to get too much green going on, so I'm going to try to do it down here. There we go. Just kind of add in some some light aqua. There we go. And then probably just a little bit of maybe some Highland Heather. Mostly putting that up here at the, down here, I mean, at the line of the horizon. Well, I am not getting much. Oh, no wonder I'm not. I grabbed the wrong one. That's too bad. Okay. Here we go. And a little bit of purple. Maybe go back in with a little more yellow. There we are. And then now I feel like the main thing that we need is a little bit of maybe Calypso Coral. Since that's the color that's in the paper, I can just kind of assume that it's going to look pretty good with this. So obviously I need to probably spend a lot of time getting more color on this, but you can kind of start to imagine what it would look like as you add more color out there. I probably just need to not worry about getting it splotchy and just add the color, huh? Oh, that's a splotchy we don't want though. Got my fingertip in it. Not good. Let's go back with the yellow. Just get serious. There we go. There we are. And then any place that it's still kind of remotely white, I'm going to make that blue just so that I can not have quite so much green. I've got a little bit green in a couple places. Okay, anyway, so you can imagine putting this just on a card, and yeah, this is going to have to be redone. But I am really happy with the way that this looks and the way that the white pops once you've got the background colors in there. So anywho, that is that one. Close some of these up because I don't want to get my hand in them. There we go. Get these out of my way for a sec. Okay. So the next thing that I wanted to kind of do is work with a couple of the stamps that are in this. So it has this little pelican that I think is cute, but yet a little bit difficult to use with a big giant wave. So to me, I would put the pelican like as a different kind of card, not the kind of card that you might imagine a big wave coming up to. I think that's a little strange. So what I imagine with this is to maybe use your crumb cake. And this does have a die that will cut it out if you want to do that. But to me, I would, if I were going to cut it out, I would definitely want to, it leaves an edge on these, I guess, what are they? Tree trunks that you use to make the dock. I would want to cut that off because it has it kind of go around. So anyway, imagining this, and then imagining like putting a little bit of the paper that has a wood kind of a look to it across here to make it look like a pier, because that's typically what we imagine when we have little pelicans and things sitting around. I don't really know that I love the way this has stamped, so I probably would go back in and stamp the pelican in black and put that on top of the brown, because I think that would keep it from being a little, in my opinion, a little too soft. Just my opinion. Okay, so then another thing that you can always remember to do with these is to use your foil as a layer for your sentiment. So some of the sentiments are really small with this. So it has a happy birthday that is just cute and small and easy to punch out or to cut out with some of the smaller dies. And then the You're Totally Awesome. So I wanted to try that one and use the Pacific Point with it. Let's see here. If I can get that in anywhere close to straight. It probably won't be, but I can always redo later. It's not really straight, but anyway, so there's the You're Totally Awesome. So then I was just imagining putting one of these blue ones like this and the You're Totally Awesome on the side, and then adding the wave. Because every card doesn't have to be, you know, the be all end all. It is really cute just like this. So, you know, you just add a little bit of our mono multi green capped glue and adhere this to the designer series paper. You could pop this up, but honestly, I kind of like it tucked under because I think it really makes it pop. But this does not have to be a card where you make, you know, I showed you making scenes. You don't have to make big, gigantic, amazing scenes to make this be pretty. Now, then once you're ready to finish up your little card, you have a lot of choices about how to embellish it. We have faux sea glass shapes, and they are from the mini. You could add, this is like an opaque white, and then this is like a pool party. And I think those would be super cute, kind of going across the bottom in a little jaggedy line. That could be super cute under the You're Totally Awesome. And then we also have these. Beautiful. Let's see, they're called Waves Basic Jewels. So they're the light green, and then a whole bunch of light and dark blues. So that is a lot of fun to use. So you can see that those would be awesome. Any one of those, popping those up on here. And imagine these at Christmas. I feel like everyone should buy a couple packs of these, even if you're not getting the waves, just so that you have these to use in the future with some scrapbooking or things like that, because they are so pretty. They're our normal colored gems, rhinestones, and they're just, you know, super pretty. So, and to me, I can tell that they're not colored with you can't tell. I can see that you can't tell, but to me, they are better than just the ones that you color yourself with blends. They're more vibrant. So, just my opinion. I think they're very pretty. So anyway, I am going to work on this because I was surprised at that. Maybe let me see if I can find a black one. Let's see if it'll at least, you know, stamp it beside it, see if we like it better, because I was not too thrilled with the way that turned out. It seemed a little bit light. Okay, let's see if this will make it look any more intense. I'm hoping, because I was not in love with that with a soft suede. Let's see here. Much better. And then I would probably just use my soft suede to color this. And yeah, I'm much happier with this. I also feel like pelicans have a kind of a yellowy orange beak that would be nice with that as well. So that's another possibility, making it into a little shape that can kind of stand on its own. Maybe put some flying birds at the top. That's another thing that it has, just these little, just a little bird. So you can just pop that on there. Let's see here, like that. There they are in the sky. And these are so nice to have if you don't have a lot of birds already. It's good to have some of these because you can add them to a lot of other different scenes, and very useful. So then let's see, the other one was me showing you how to, well, I got a kind of a mess on there now, but how to use just plain stamping, just with the Coastal Cabana ink, and it makes a really pretty wave. And then our original person, where we were our original person, listen to me, gosh, I'm so silly. Our original plan, where we were just looking at how fun it is to have a pop-up with this wave. So I think that that will be a lot of fun for everyone to play with if you buy this set, or it's a lot of fun if you don't buy this set. I'm going to make another die cut class, and it will include this card, completed. Of course, the front will look like this. It'll have the layers and the things. Let's see here. Let me try to explain. There we go. Okay, so the front will just be a "You Are Totally Awesome," and then the inside will have the waves and the little pop-up. So, and a place for you to sign, that kind of thing. So I think this will be a fun set. I hope you all have a great weekend. Bye-bye.